Sussex Downs all around us here, of course, folks. They're breathtakingly beautiful. Some of the hills are shaped, of course, like certain ladies' parts. The one straight ahead looks like a great big bum, so it does. And that's not just me that notices that, of course, folks. That is known as Bum Hill in the local community, of course, and other communities. They all know that it's called Bum Hill because it does look very much like an arse, as they say. I hear you say, I wonder what Mr. Stevens having for his dinner tonight. Well, folks, I'll tell you, I know what I'm having for my dinner. I'm having a Chinese, that's right. And I'll tell you what I'm going to have for my Chinese. There'll definitely be a good sweet and sour involved. Love a bit of sweet and sour chicken. And some nice noodles. Chow mein. Possibly a wee prawn dish as well, the salt and chili prawns. Now the salt and chili prawns, folks, they do come. They should be crispy. Now I do believe that a salt and chili dish should be dry and crispy. The best ones I've had, as I'm sure you've had too, are quite dry and crispy. I don't believe I've ever said dry and crispy quite so many times in my life so far, folks. But sure, there's a first for everything, and I'm not doing anyone any harm. But we will be getting that. But unfortunately, folks, when you do get the prawns now, by the time you get them home, they've gone a wee bit soft. The wee batter that they put them in, that they fry them in. But the flavour is so wonderful that you really don't mind. You don't mind at all. I certainly don't. A few prawn crackers, of course, and probably a side order of seaweed, crispy seaweed, of course. Of course, folks. Very excited about that, I have to say. We'll be eating that, I'd say, in about less than 3 hours' time. I'm ready for it now, to tell you the truth. But I'll have a couple of bags of crisps in the meantime, along with some liquid refreshments, of course. I'm not mad. You might think I am sometimes, but I'm really not. I'm quite a sane man. I had an interesting dinner last night, folks. I made myself a salad. Of course, that in itself does not sound very interesting at all. But I was struggling, as I told you, on the drive home yesterday, I was struggling to think of anything that I could knock together for my dinner. I did not want to go out to the supermarket. And I didn't. I stuck to my words, stuck to my values, my core beliefs. And I just made use of what I had in the fridge. So I found some bits of salad. I had that. And I found a packet of onion bhajis. Onion bhajis. And yes, folks, I know what you're thinking. Is Mr. Stephen telling us, is he really telling us that he made an onion bhaji salad? I did indeed, folks. I did. I'm here to tell you that even though the concept itself does sound quite strange and unorthodox, it was really rather nice. And I will be doing it again, I have to say. Alright, right, let's see what's going on with these water levels here. I think they're alright. They were not alright yesterday. And I had cause for concern. Doesn't look perfect, folks, doesn't look perfect, but no, it's alright. It's alright. It's a bit in, it's a bit out. The big pumpers are doing something here, so they are. But are they pumping in or are they pumping back? They're definitely pumping, and that's the main thing. They're pumping there, pumping. I'll have to get up in the morning. Get down at the crack of dawn. To do a wee bit of an assessment here. Try and find out a few answers about what's been going on this week with the title system here. Because I am Mr. Stephen. I am West Sussex Title Patrol. And that's official, folks. That's official. You can call Mr. Billy up if you want, but he'll tell you. He'll only verify what I've said to you already. And then you just look stupid in front of Mr. Billy. He would say, "But Mr. Stephen's our man. He's our man down there. He's been liaising with us for a number of months now, informing us of any shortfallings in the pumping down there in the West Sussex coastline. And sometimes all it takes, folks, is a wee valve in the intricate underground system of pumping tunnels. All it takes is one of those valves to be opened the wrong way, and it can just lead to chaos, folks, absolute chaos. And this is a fact that has not gone unnoticed by Mr. Billy. Whilst him and his team do take extra care to ensure all the valves are pointing in the right direction, they are only human. This is not an automatic setup system. This is still very much hands-on. Get down there, get the valves open. And as a hands-on process, folks, of course, there is very much the human factor involved. That's right, the human factor. See how clever I am? When you got the human factor involved there, folks, basically means stuff can go wrong. If you were to call Mr. Billy and question my role, my important role that I have, he'd just tell you things like that and make you feel silly. But if you do call him, ask him where my polo shirt is, please, because I am still waiting on the polo shirt. I've had to make do with a t-shirt that I've done a wee handwritten note on instead of my lovely embroidered breast. I've had to make do with a bit of paper with Mr. Stephen West Sussex Title Patrol written on it. It's not good enough, folks. I have to say, I'm a bit disappointed in Mr. Billy. But he's got his hands full. He does have his hands full with all the pumping that they need to have done around here. They're always pumping, they're always at it. Sometimes they even have to cut lunch a wee bit short just so he can run off and start the pumping. I did have a wee exchange with him last week just to let him know everything had been okay over the past couple of weeks, and I thought that he was doing a brilliant job. So that's good, folks. But I did get a sense from Mr. Billy that he was growing increasingly anxious and nervous. About what? I hear you ask. Is Mr. Stephen going to tell us what Mr. Billy is so anxious and nervous about? I will indeed tell you, folks. I wouldn't dream to leave you hanging like that. Mr. Billy is quite anxious and nervous about the big turbo pumper that Johnny Mabbott and his team are working on up in the Forest of Lincolnshire. Things are going well. The turbo pumper is nearing completion. of course, that's looking at being all set up and installed. It's switched on for the first time. Early 2021. So that's something to look forward to. Early in the year, folks, that's right. But the pumper has such an incredible power, the likes of which have not been seen before by Mr. Billy or any of his colleagues, that they're just a wee bit nervous about. They need to know that all their networks are strong and robust enough, you see, to deal with the power of the turbo pumper. And what they might have to do is replace all the older models, you know, the K65 and models like that, with another turbo pumper. Nah. What about their game is? They're going out. They're just going to have to wait on me. That's probably irritated them a bit, folks, but what can I do? Sure, what can I do? I have to park my wee car. And park it I will. And park it I have quite wonderfully, although it did hit the curb there, folks. It did hit the curb. But it's still a fine and exemplary piece of parking that I've done there. Try not to hit the curb again. Just straighten her up a bit, straighten her up. That's it now. That's it now. Not too close to that car, not too close to the one behind me. Just right, folks, because I'm a professional. I take great pride in my parking, Sudi. Bye-bye.